Welcome. This is our Rogue One review, and you shall begin.
I begin.
Yeah.
Do I need to start talking?
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw the movie. I actually really liked it. I didn't love it, but as opposed to how much I hated the previous film, I really enjoyed this one. It was...
He's talking about The Force Awakens, by the way.
Yeah. The 7th. Being a big Star Wars fan, I was very disappointed by the last one, and it was refreshing to see a Star Wars film that didn't flat out disappoint me. I got to the end of the film, and there were a couple things that I had problems with, but overall I really enjoyed the film, and the most important thing for me in a Star Wars film is rewatchability. I want to be able to go back and rewatch that film.
This guy's only seen The Empire Strikes Back once, by the way, so this is an interesting position.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back is easily the best Star Wars film, and yet I have only seen it once.
Yeah.
Although I have seen scenes from it repeatedly.
Get back into it.
Anyways, so I want to be able to... I've seen all the other Star Wars films, like at least 10 times. I don't know why I've never seen The Empire Strikes Back more. But this film is one that I know I could watch again in a couple days because I'm going to. And I
mean, you could say that to a bad movie. Well, this is a movie I could watch again, and I know because I'm going to watch it again.
It's a very good...
You mean you want to watch it again?
Yes, I do. That's why I'm going to. Anyways, I really like that I have this desire to watch it again because not all movies like to leave that impression on me. Afterwards, I will come out of a movie and I'm like, okay, I saw that movie, but
Well, this is how a lot of films work, for us anyway. Either the movie's really bad and you don't want to watch it again, or the movie is poignant and there's no reason to watch it again. It's made its point, and so the impression is on you, and it's not really worth watching it again. And an example of this might be something like Interstellar. That's an amazing movie, but you watch it, and I don't really have necessarily a big desire to watch it again, because I got the point of it the first time. Now, with a movie like Star Wars, it does have its poignancy, but there is...
Can I interject? What I love about this film, and most films in particular that I watch again, is its layers. And Star Wars films have so many layers, this lore that goes into it. And, you know, there's
the image is so dense. There are so many things going on at once.
It's so dense. Every single image has so many things going on.
Honestly, there's so much stuff in all the different scenes that you could go back and just look at a different part of the screen and see something.
Okay, I think you've spoken enough. You've had your say. My point was, as he broke it off, and I'm a polite gentleman, so I let him speak, is that Star Wars films have their deeper elements to them, but there's always an aspect of generality and accessibility to the films that allows you to go back to them. And this film, I think, captures that very well. So with a movie like The Force Awakens, it kind of has, it goes for the rewatchability factor, but the movie is so bad that I don't actually want to watch it again.
Yeah.
With Rogue One, the film is good, and you can rewatch it. Now, as my opinions of the film go, the first 45 minutes of this movie are garbage. They're really bad. The writing is terrible. The dialogue especially is really bad. It feels really clunky. They're kind of going back and forth from, all sorts of places. You don't really know what people want in the beginning of the movie. And this is important because we're talking about a Star Wars movie. You have to know what they want. It's very clear in all the Star Wars movies, well, except for the prequels, what people want. If you look at the original trilogy, it's very obvious what the goals are of the characters. So in Star Wars, since it's a much more simpler form of storytelling, it gets a little bit choppy when the motivations are not clear. Because you're expecting, okay, we're watching a Star Wars film. We expect our big action set pieces, our really cool moments, but in order for those to pay off, we need to know what the characters want. And in a Star Wars movie that is slower paced, I'm going to give it that, it did try to go for a little bit more of a slower pace, unlike Force Awakens, which was crazy. I give it credit for that, but it did not execute slow pace very well. Because even in a slow paced movie, you still got to know what the characters are doing and why they're doing it. So once you get past the motivations, why the characters are doing things, once you understand it, then the movie goes in a high gear and it's really enjoyable. It's just that those first 45 minutes, you don't really know why characters are doing things, and it's a little distracting. So that's my main problem with the movie. But once it gets past that, once you know what the characters want, once the goals are clear. Then the movie is just like, okay, now we're going to go into Star Wars. Now you're going to see everything you want to see, and now it's going to be awesome. And that's exactly what they did. So.
And that's one of the great things I felt about the movie is it did have a very definable Star Wars feel. It felt like Star Wars. When I was watching that, one of the things about The Force Awakens was that it kind of tricked us into feeling like Star Wars through our nostalgia. It showed us everything we'd seen before.
It was The Force Awakens copies shots.
Yeah.
It rips out, and it's more than just the plot and the storyline. They literally take out specific elements, such as even down to the they take Star Wars and they strip everything from it and take the soul out of it, and they take the bare technical minimum that they can get away with, and they shove it into The Force Awakens to trick you into thinking you're watching a Star Wars movie. Whereas this one felt like it had the soul of a Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
which is way more important than copying shots and story points. And
one of the biggest things I loved about the prequels, even though those movies aren't necessarily completely enjoyable, is that they gave you so many different elements of Star Wars storytelling, all the different scenery, all the different, and with The Force Awakens, we got Snow Planet.
we got Snow
Forest
Planet. We got Snow Planet. We got the Desert Planet. We have the
Forest Planet.
Well, no, we have the Forest Planet and kind of the Mos Eisley type feel.
Yeah,
So you're basically jumping around from locations that are already set. But this movie,
it gave us new planets.
If we want to talk about the location anyway, the physicality of the film is way different. It's much more gritty. It kind of captures the original trilogy element of it using.
And we got so much more space.
I know that term is used a lot, but they do capture it, and the locations are original. They don't feel like they're recycled, which is really nice because Star Wars has been recycling places for a long time. There's a few ones in the prequels such as Mustafar that's new, but they took Tatooine out of the original trilogy. Coruscant was a new one, but The Force Awakens didn't take any risks with the locations, where the prequels did. So it's really annoying because in a Star Wars film you want to go to different planets, and this film actually did that, and they actually felt like original. It didn't feel reused. So thank you, Rogue One. Thank you for not reusing elements and recycling again.
And I love seeing a lot of space in Star Wars, and we didn't really get that in Rogue One. Hardly anything. Even the space battle that took place was kind of like on the above the surface of a planet. Meanwhile, in Rogue One, we got to see a lot of stuff take place very much in space.
Yeah, that was also positive. But I think we should wrap this up now. I thought the movie was good. I wouldn't say it was great or really good, but it's definitely a good movie. I will
give it
rewatching it again in theaters, so that gives you an idea of how much I like it. Then
are we gonna rate it out of 10?
I'm not rating it out of 10.
Okay.
I don't do that really, but you can if you want.
All right, I think it's like a 7.5 out of 10.
So we're talking about a very decent, well-made movie that's worth rewatching.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching. Go see Rogue One. See you guys next time.